The referee's whistle blows. It's time for Gamecock men's soccer here on Gamecock All Access. Forest Sucker, Zach McKinstry with you from Stone Stadium in Columbia. It looks like Mario Arocha has jumped a little too soon and will have to restart. Bit anticlimactic, right, Zach?
Yeah, a little bit. Everybody pumped up to go, and a little premature action before the whistle, but now we are underway.
Upstate going across the back to start it off. This is Ellen. A couple players showing. Feeding it long. Headed out by Carolina, though.
Yeah, and I think keys to the game for Carolina. USC Upstate's a team that was outshot tremendously last season, 219 to 248, and outscored by 18 goals on the season. So this is your chance to get the offense going if you're the Gamecocks and feed off Halloran with that hat trick last time out and try and get Kraus going as well.
Looks like we have the Carolina band on hand tonight, Zach. Sekou Suma starts with the ball deep in his defensive third. Going long now, so a ball cut out in the midfield. Upstate regains possession. It's number 3, Hayden Anderson, back to Ellen. Lorenzo Nagy chasing. Ball going wide now, but Carolina keeping it in the Upstate half. Halloran on the throw.
Yeah, and I'd keep an eye out for Lorenzo Nagy tonight. He's a quick little guy over there, and he can move around. Once he gets the ball, he'll take off, and I think he'll have a nice offensive display here tonight.
Of course, of course. Halloran dancing in that far side there. He'll earn a free kick. Lorenzo Nagy will stand over this now as 2 defenders for Carolina go back to the center circle. Sekou Suma, Christian Kraus, Halloran up for Carolina. Halloran on that far edge of the 18 closest to us.
First offensive chance here for South Carolina. We'll see if he can get this cross in.
Nagy to take. Ball flung in. No, Carolina heads get to it. It's out to Hitzman. Tries to control the beat to it.
Dangerous play.
Yeah, Zach, referees just called that back, but not against Upstate at all.
Yeah, Hitzman went a little high trying to get that volley there, and an Upstate player went in for the header, so it could have been dangerous. I think that's the right call.
Agreed. Torres tries to move it on there, but it'll find its way to a player out wide. Gamecocks back in numbers, trying to repel the danger. Looks like they've settled down now. Intercepted there by Carolina player. Kraus has it just across the midfield. Christian Kraus defended heavily. He'll drop it back. It's Halloran. Andrew going long right into the box. He has Clement. Clement trying to cushion it down. He sent to chase it, Clement. But a crunching challenge there by Hayden Anderson came in, won the ball cleanly. It's Corning, who's gotten his first start in a long, long time, to take the throw, Zach.
Yeah, Josh Corning. Hoping to have a good night here tonight. The junior from Chapin, South Carolina. His freshman year started all 17 games at left back. Had a full 90-minute performance in 14 of those games. And since then, we haven't really seen him on the pitch as South Carolina wins a corner.
Ellen there getting the best of the Carolina attacker, Kraus. And that's the first corner of the match for the Gamecocks. Set piece has become such a very important part of the Gamecocks' game plan over these past couple of years.
Yeah, and Sekou Suma's going to move up as well, the 6'3" freshman trying to get ahead in there.
Ball to the box, misses Clement, or Corning rather. Cleared out by Filippo Sensini. Hitzman battling in midfield for the ball. Carolina's lost out for the moment. It's made its way wide to Mario Rocha. He has room to roam. Player on his outside. He'll go to the in-ball. Anderson inside. Can't get anything to go for him. Hitzman trying to break out here for the Gamecocks. He'll elect to go back, though. It's Corning who will try to settle things down.
I think he was embellishing a bit, and he said
Yeah, Anderson making a play for Upstate by moving all the way up that right wing, but that creates an opportunity for South Carolina. When he goes that far up, there's an opening in that defensive gap, and South Carolina has a chance for a fast break.
For sure, for sure.
So keep that in mind if defenders for the Spartans keep moving forward in this one.
That's correct, Zach. Also, I like there Carolina taking a second to chill out, play the ball back recycled as Krause tries to handle this throw. Taking it away nicely from a couple defenders. Hitzman's on it. Going back to Corning and recycling with Sekou Suma. Spartans early on trying to pressure Corning and Suma really high. Two players there. As Corning has to go back to Ryan Vilichuk, who will clear into the center of midfield. Upstate's picked it up there on the far side. Overlapping run. Getting past the right back for Carolina. Ball's in the box. Wrong side of the post there from the Upstate attacker. Flash in front there. Sekou Suma was going down to the ground with Javier Torres. And he just missed his kick.
Yeah,
must have been relieved.
South Carolina bailed out there. That was an unbelievable run on the left wing, working that ball in. And then the touch just off. A great cross as well. But South Carolina takes a breath of fresh air as that one sails past that left post. And the game remains 0-0.
It's 0-0, 39 minutes to go here at Stone Stadium in Columbia. Carolina moving right to left. Upstate moving left to right. Foul there called by the referee for Upstate just near that midfield line.
Foul against the Gamecocks.
Spartans wearing their all-black uniforms, while Carolina has their home whites on with garnet stripes across the chest.
Yeah, Cincini wins that foul, and they'll have the free kick right at that midfield line. I think Christian Krause is going to play a big part in this game. If the Gamecocks want to get going offensively, they got to go through him. He's a big guy that plays inside the box, and if Halloran can get going on that wing with Peter Clement and they can work it into Krause, Krause can do some damage.
McHugh with the free kick.
McHugh to restart here. Deep into the defensive third from Carolina. Headed out there by Mark Roby. Halloran bodying to the ball. It's won by Upstate. Paul Bobai on the ball. Has some time and space, but he's played it wide. He's Corning to chase. Up against Anderson. Ball played in there, but Hitzman has cut it out. Trying to break quick, Carolina. Krause back to Hitzman on the near side. Upstate says it's theirs, but I think from here it looked like Hitzman didn't have the last touch. Nonetheless, referee plays on Bobai in midfield, swerving around two Carolina players. Over to Pascal Corvino. This is Monels. Dropping back. Carolina doing well here in this kind of medium block when they lose the ball, Zach. Not too low, not too high of the defensive shape.
Yeah, Upstate doing a lot of pressuring as well. If they lose the ball on our offensive end, they're swarming whoever's got the ball for Carolina, and it's paying off so far. A lot of possession time so far for the Spartans.
Yeah, they're recycling just like you see here, Zach. I wonder if Brian Vanhand could be of use tonight if you're thinking the Spartans get caught out on the counterattack. One touch there into Bobai. Tries to play the give and go. But Hayden Anderson runs out of room and the ball runs out of bounds. Carolina restarts. Suma and Roby anchoring at the back. Roby had a great game after not getting much playing time in the fall. His debut for Carolina was versus Clemson back a few seasons ago. Playing through midfield, that ball doesn't work out at first, but Hitzman cleans it up. Nagy has to turn quick. Renzo almost had that ball cut out there by Arocha. So Carolina maintains possession. Suma going long, trying to go diagonal. Won't work out. Upstate's got a toe in, and they keep possession. Upstate really trying to play in between the lines here. That ball went through everyone and found its way to Vilichuk.
Yeah, really good idea there from Upstate. I believe it was number 32 for Upstate, Moss Lewis, who tried the 1-2 and the through pass to get his man on the run, but a little too much on it to Vilichuk. And right now, if you're USC Upstate, you got to like what you're seeing so far.
You definitely have to. They've lived in this Carolina half a little more than Carolina's lived in their third. Upstate trying to break out now, but Carolina's pressuring Kraus, going all the way to keeper Felipe Beza. Foul call by the ref. 35 minutes to go in the first half. 0-0 here at Stone Stadium. Carolina moving right to left. Upstate moving left to right. Carolina in their white kit.
The foul on the Gamecocks would be a free kick.
And the Spartans are in their black strip tonight.
Yeah, a little too aggressive from Parker League there on the challenge. And USC Upstate wins the kick again.
Well, last time these two teams met, Zach, it wasn't a high-scoring affair. 1-0 to the Gamecocks as Upstate gets in the half. Manel's on the far side.
That was an overtime game, if I'm not mistaken.
Manel's into the mixer. Bilichuk has it. Gobbled up there. There was a Upstate Spartan lurking.
And that's really good positioning from Ryan Bilichuk. If he's back on his heels in his own net, he'll have to come out too far to get that, and I think that ball gets through earlier. But playing out of the net, he can go up and make that play and cut off the chance for USC Upstate.
Carolina's trying to maintain possession, maybe recycle it here. Halloran runs out of space. Moss Lewis being confronted by Nagy. Spartans looking to break out, but it looks like Wu will have that ball under control. Lets it run, and yeah, Zach, so far, not really anything prolonged for Carolina in the defensive third of USC Upstate, really just kind of getting some looks in that center of the park.
Yeah, right now I think it's just a feeling out process. Both teams are trying to figure out what's going on and trying to figure out how to adjust. South Carolina waiting for their chance to get up.
Ball's found Clement for some reason, somehow. Wide to Clement, or Corning. Clement streaking forward into the 18. Says no. Halloran has room, time. Plays Nagy. Nagy goes down. Bit cheaply, referee says no way. Upstate can be on the break here, but USC looks like they're quite cemented at the back.
Yeah, shout out to Peter Clement there. A really nice vision to find Hitzman, who would have had a chance right outside the 18, but he overran the ball a little bit and couldn't quite adjust, and resulted in that pass to Nagy when he went down a little easily. But again, a good opportunity there, just a little bit of a failed execution.
Picking out Kraus on these throws seems to have worked after the last couple of minutes. Zach, he's just won a foul. Defender for Upstate reached in a bit too much, and Christian doubled over. Restart to Mark Roby. Quick one touch to Sekou Suma. He's into the opposition half. Quick one over to Corning. One touch to Clement. Doesn't really go. Catches ahead of Clement, and now Corning tries to settle. Hayden Anderson says that's ours, but the referee says no doubt, and he'll put that ball up into the bench. He's trying to waste some time there. Nagy coming short. Clement shorter. Long throw there to Halloran in the box. Chest it down. Surrounded by three defenders. Halloran, can he get free? He can't get free, but USC will have. Oh no, they will not. They will not have the throw. Must have taken a quick deflection off of Andrew Halloran. But Carolina needs to pen Upstate in here, Zach. Really needs to make sure they don't get out.
Yeah, Upstate did a good job of keeping Halloran in that corner and stripping that ball for him. It would have been a good opportunity, as this one is sent off of number 7 for Upstate. That's Javier Torres, and South Carolina wins possession.
And sinking there by Roby to come in really hard. Made sure he did that, but Upstate will have possession now in their defensive third. Nice little cheeky back heel by number 10, Mario Rocha. And now Upstate will reset. 31 minutes on the wristwatch. Carolina 0, Upstate 0 at Stone Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina. Carolina moving right to left, Upstate moving left to right as Logan Hitzman cuts off this ball. They try to play inward a bit, but Logan Hitzman's always been there in the past couple minutes to cut these balls out, playing really good defense. Ball from Clement doesn't go. Cut out there by Upstate. Nothing coming though. Back out only as far as the Upstate midfield, and Moss Lewis. Ball into the box here, headed away by Suma. Out again to Lewis. Cheeky touch off of the air. Suma bodying through. Kraus has to come. He won't get there. Ellen out to Hayden Anderson. Upstate trying to pen the Gamecocks in here, but that ball sails long and out of bounds for a goal kick.
Yeah, and the freshman Sekou Suma making a couple of big plays there, using that 6'3" frame inside the box to win the ball on the first cross, and then the next shot coming in, he's nice step and a clear, which resulted in this goal kick. So Sekou Suma looking sharp so far in this one, as he had some high expectations coming into the season.
I think we were all very impressed by his performance in the fall for just a freshman. Of course, he was a member of the Colorado Rapids and Philadelphia Union Academy programs. He was the only player to start all 5 matches in the fall, Sekou Suma. Roby has to do some cleaning up here with Suma by his side. Sekou bodied off. Ball over, searching for an Upstate player. Roby has something to say about it. Heads it wide. Upstate maintain possession.
Shot wide.
That shot sails wide of the post there.
And that's Paul Manel on the shot, and a bad giveaway from Mark Roby there defensively, as that was just a mishit off the head. It looks like he was just trying to play that softly across that defensive line, but a little too much on it, and it created the shot for Paul Manel, who, as we know, is very dangerous on the front end for the Spartans.
Yeah, starting all 17 games in 2019. Paul Manel's. Clement trying to win that there. Nagy can't. Kraus does. Ball through here. Peter Clement has Halloran in the box. Into the mixer. Halloran misses it. Is collected there by Upstate and booted clear. Close one for the Gamecocks. Roby trying to keep it in. Too short there. Upstate defense will clear.
A great touch from Christian Kraus to set up Clement there, but nothing to come of it.
This is Torres. Cheeky move there, trying to put one in. Bobai was not on the right path to it. Tried to play it into his path, Torres, but Bobai got tangled up. Too many bodies in the way for him to get a touch.
Yeah, again, I think that was the best chance of the game for South Carolina on one end, as that cross just missed Andrew Halloran, and then USC Upstate comes right back. A nice move from Javier Torres, who dug into his bag, but nothing to come of it on that end.
Turn from Kraus, can't find Lorenzo Nagy. It's gone wide out, trying to find Halloran in space, but won't work out for the Gamecocks. Ooh, the New Jersey in there. Takes a hit off a Carolina player, no handball given. Clement trying to get a good touch in. Seems like Upstate really doesn't try to build in some situations, Zach. They're just trying to boot it clear and get it down to Ryan Billichuk.
Yeah, they're having some good offensive possessions, but it looks like South Carolina is starting to pick up the pace a little bit as they continuously move this ball forward.
Yeah, Suma trying to go fast there. It's cut out there by Arocha. Room to run here. Arocha cutting inside. Will he have a shot? Not going to pull one yet. Over to Monels. He's back on it. Pulls one. Deflected. It's Moss Lewis. Down to Anderson. Ball into the box. Headed clear by Roby. Nagy up to get it. His frame won't be enough. Kraus trying to body. Catches the chest of Christian Kraus. Trying to go wide. Advantage play by the referee. Nagy trying to slow it down. Nagy to center midfield. Good ball there, finding Parker Lee. First time I've said his name tonight, but Halloran, he's on the far side. Ball into the box there. Back post. It's Peter Clement lurking. Cushions it down. 1v1 versus Anderson. Corning. Crossed in. Kraus doesn't have any time to grab it. Kraus now going to chase it. Ellen down. And the Swedes forced to clear, trying to find Torres. Hitzman bodied him off the ball there. Looks like he wants a foul. Coming in hard on Logan Hitzman there. I don't think he's too happy. The two are exchanging words at the moment. Ref might need to keep an eye on that. Logan Hitzman loves to play for the team.
You know, a little bit chippy there, but how about Elias Ellen, the Swede, dropping down and getting ahead on that cross, just enough on it to deflect that ball out of play, and a big play there as now some more chippiness and perhaps a card.
First yellow of the night goes to Peter Clement. Zach, we felt it up here in the past 30 seconds to a minute. This game has gotten a lot more passionate. The players are very urgent, getting into their tackles, really not holding back anything at all.
Yeah, I think South Carolina's frustrated. They've had a couple of opportunities offensively, and none of them working out so far, not even a chance on net to this point. And because of that, that ball ends up at midfield and maybe a few more aggressive challenges. And that's where we are right now as the first card of the game is written down.
Ellen wanted some players to come short. He couldn't restart as soon as he wanted to, but he plays Arocha quickly. Carolina trying to suppress the space there. It works now. Corning has it. Nagy ball caught under his feet, trying to wriggle free. League, Halloran. Good touch out of there by Ellen again. Really, Scorpion kicked it.
Yeah, and that's a huge play there, because if he doesn't get a touch on that, I think Kraus takes that, and he's one-on-one with the keeper outside the 18. So another big play on that defensive line by Ellen.
Gamecock really connecting on a lot of passes tonight, Zach. Can't say that was how it was versus Winthrop at all. The rainy conditions really inhibited them and their offensive ability.
Another whistle as some conversation. Perhaps an inadvertent whistle.
Drop ball here for Halloran. It looked like Sensini might have fouled someone. The ref will have him redo that. Play underway again now. 0-0. 25 minutes to go in the first half. Carolina versus Upstate. Straight into Kraus here. Back to Clement. Clement trying to dance a little bit with his defender. It's League. Oh, they weren't singing off the same sheet of music there, League and Clement. Clement wanted to stay. League wanted him to run. And the ball runs out for a goal kick.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there. But right now for South Carolina, the offensive opportunities are starting to come. We're seeing more and more chances up in front in their final third. But if you're defensively for South Carolina, you got to stop giving away the ball. There's been a couple of chances for Upstate to this point where defensively it's just bad turnovers. So I think those are the adjustments that need to be made to this point, as another tackle there will be one in the favor of South Carolina.
Yeah, I agree with you completely, Zach. Just one mishandled ball can really turn in the favor of the Spartans and leave the Gamecocks in a deficit in a situation they don't want to be in. But I know this is something that Coach Burson never wants to have happen. But last game versus Winthrop, they fell behind in the first minute of play. They've been pretty defensively solid tonight, aside from a few errors that we've seen. Nothing that you can't fix at halftime, though.
Yep. And again, it comes down to momentum. If you give away a goal, even though you're possessing the ball, you're getting offensive opportunities, those opportunities might start to go away, and the feel of the game might start to shift. So South Carolina's got to play smart defensively, and eventually those offensive opportunities will come.
Nothing coming to that free kick there from the midfield line. Didn't seem like the lofted ball in would really do much at all, and Moss Lewis got his foot to it, and now it's out for an Upstate throw in their defensive third.
And you can see South Carolina start to press. Only 2 men to this point on the other side of that midfield line as they're trying to win the ball.
I think that's how they'll get some joy tonight, Zach. They've always been a team that if they win it, they can string a couple of quick passes together and they're in on goal. Ellen with room to find a pass. Playing Anderson. Tries a little flick, but misses his kick, and it's a Carolina throw.
Probably cheeky moves from Upstate to this point. That Javier Torres spin was pretty nice, and an attempt there.
A nutmeg there by the Chafin native Josh Corning. All the flair on display tonight at Stone Stadium. Halloran trying to track this one down, but it's Sensini who boots it clear. Roby rising there and gets called for the foul. He probably had his hands on the shoulders of the Upstate attacker there, Paul Manels. That'll get you called every time. If you get the hands up below the waist, referee's going to see that, Zach.
Yeah, and I'll be curious to see if Upstate tries to create something here or if they're just going to send something into the box. And it looks like as they move defensemen forward, it might be the latter.
Gamecocks holding the 18 there. Suma at the back of the line. Kick taken. Deep into the box. Nothing coming of it there. Out for a goal kick. Ricocheted off some players there, Zach. It all happened so fast. Dilchuk not been the busiest tonight, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and we haven't really seen any action at the other end either. A couple of opportunities, again, remember getting bailed out earlier in this one with the cross-in shot missing the left post by about 6 inches or so. But another good opportunity there as South Carolina defensively had the man marked, and the ball is cleared away.
Anderson trying to find a breakout. League trips maintains possession. Now it's time to reset with Mark Roby. Oh, ball caught out there. Manels has it up against Wu. His through ball is too short. And Carolina trying to survive this attack here. And hoisted clear by Wu.
And USC Upstate got a gift right there, and then they just gave it right back. As down goes Halloran, and he's holding his leg. This could be a card as well.
Yes, it is. I think the ref, I've seen a flash of yellow. It's not the referee's shirt. It is a card there. Looking like it is Paul Manels there, number 11 for Upstate, the Spaniard from Barcelona.
USC Upstate foul, subsequent to the foul booking.
Good to see Halloran get up.
Card number.
Led the team in assists last season, and then this year showing off the offense with that hat trick against Winthrop.
That hat trick was very, very impressive to watch, Zach. Last week, he put a couple of those top shelf. Didn't know he had that in his locker, but apparently he does. As Roby restarts play, looking for Kraus. It's found Clement on the edge of the box, near side. Peter Clement trying to get it. Bodied off the ball there by Anderson. Throw given Carolina's way. Josh Corning to get it back.
Another good defensive stand by USC Upstate, pushing Clement off the ball and ending a chance to try and get it inside that 18.
Ball's ran here, trying to recover his Parker League. Hitzman as well. They both have it. Somehow finds his way to League. Nagy tried to poke it there to Halloran. Great slide tackle there by Halloran. Upstate trying to get it free here. Bobai looking to go forward. Spreading it wide. Delivered wide again to Sensini. Sensini into the box. Roby's there. Bobai trying to head it down. It's found Manels. Moss Lewis. Wide again. Going again right to Anderson. With increasing regularity, Upstate is recycling this ball when they get into possession and going straight to their defenders. Donovan Wu retreating into his own box. Wu trying to win a goal kick, but it's a corner.
Really nice play on that left wing of not letting that ball just roll out and giving up on the play. A lot of effort there to keep it in and then working it in to the 18 from that left side and eventually winning the corner against Donovan Wu. A big corner opportunity here with 19 to play for USC Upstate.
0-0 in the match here at Stone Stadium in Columbia. Ball wasn't inside the corner triangle now, but referee sorted that and we'll carrot. Ball put in here. Hitzman's to it. Tries to turn, but Clement clears. Working it around now. Over to Torres. Shoved off the ball there by Clement. Nagy has two men coming at him. And it's a Carolina throw. Quick break there. Didn't happen, Zach.
Christian Kraus using his body to win that ball and sending one of the Spartans flying back there. But a strong play from the freshman from Fenton, Missouri, as he tries to see some more action in the offensive zone.
Pascal Corvino coming in hard there with Logan Hitzman, but worked his way through midfield, and now it's over to Corning. Howard on this near side. He switched with Peter Clement, tries to spin it through the legs of Hayden Anderson.
For South Carolina, number 17, Logan Frost enters, takes the place of number 18, Andrew Halloran.
Halloran now off and Frost on for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, Frost, an offensive substitution, 5 points last season with a goal and 3 assists.
Ball was running out there. Mario Rocha, but Suma cut it out. Might have been on the break there, Upstate if not. Anderson playing long. Corning's there. It's League on the near side. It ran for Christian Kraus. ball through the midfield. Might find Logan Frost. It does. Logan Frost recycling back, and Wu puts it up. Catch the head of an Upstate defender. And hammered clear again by the Spartans. Logan Frost came on as a substitute this past match. Him and Brian Banahan both, Brian Banahan did start, but Frost did not. Switch up from Mark Burson from the duo that worked so well in the fall. "16 minutes left in this first half. Carolina 0, Upstate 0 here at Stone Stadium in Columbia. Carolina moving from right to left, Upstate moving from left to right. Spartans are in their black kits, and Carolina is wearing the white strip tonight. Ellen into midfield, but goes back, is cut out by Kraus. Kraus 1v1 with the defender. Plays Frost now. Logan Frost, keeper's closing, and he saves it.
Yeah, and Christian Kraus slams the ground there. He knows that one was on him. Just a little too much heat on that pass. A great 2-on-1 opportunity that goes astray. Just missed. But an instant impact off the bench for Logan Frost.
Baza, they're good to close down the space very quickly. It's getting pretty chippy in midfield, Zach. That's where we're seeing a lot of these fouls. Guys holding, tugging.
And if you're counting at home, that's 12 fouls in this first half. So a lot of action.
Spartans free kick.
Yeah. 4 shots for Upstate tonight, Zach. None for the Gamecocks so far. They've had a lot of chances, but they just can't seem to get a free moment to have a pop at net.
Yeah, and none better than that last chance. Again, Christian Kraus just sending Logan Frost too far, and again a good play from Felipe Baeza to come out of goal and cut that one off.
Gamecock substitution. Onto the pitch at number 12, Brian Banahan.
And speaking of Brian Banahan,
place at number 26, Peter Clement.
Taking the place of Peter Clement now for the Gamecocks, Zach. So it looks like he'll play on the wing here. Of course, he's a typical center forward, Banahan, but attacking players, of course, are always very versatile. Trying to find Kraus on the throw there. Ellen clears. Caught the foot of Bobai. And now into the midfield.
Another hard challenge there.
Number 14 for Carolina there. Reached in.
Oh, and USC Upstate begging for a card here. It looks like they're going to get one as Donovan Wu came in hard. That's going to be the third yellow of this half.
2 for Carolina, 1 for Upstate, if I'm not mistaken, Zach. You can see Mark Burson is not too pleased with the performance so far. Maybe just because he's made a couple changes, he wants to see how things work. Just kind of poking at Upstate, seeing what will make them cave.
Yeah, and you get a couple of good offensive opportunities. Sometimes that's all you need, but when you can't execute in that final third, it can come back to bite you. And USC Upstate has had their fair share of chances as well. Out shooting the Gamecocks by 4 in this first half as this one is sent in.
Wu and Hitzman trying to clear there. Nagy now trying to hammer and clear. Found Kraus short. Back to Hitzman very quickly. Now Tiki Taka played wide to Frost. Logan cutting inside. Kraus on the wing. Up against Sensini. Ball was cut out by Moss there, and just a poor play there by Kraus in the sense that he probably could have cut back, but he decided to play through the crowded middle. Torres complaining Sekusuma got too close to his head for comfort and might have smacked him a bit. The play continues. Upstate trying to get the ball moving there, playing it wide and shifting their attack towards the far side of the pitch.
And again, we mentioned it earlier in the broadcast as USC Upstate is out shooting the Gamecocks by 4. This is a team that last year got outshot by nearly 30 over the course of the season by its opponents. And it's come out tonight and put on a good offensive display.
Roby goes to ground there, wins it cleanly. It's wide for the Spartans. Someone's arriving here in the D, but that's over the bar there from the Spartan midfielder who missed his target.
Yeah, and that was a great cross. Good opportunity, a lot of space right outside the 18 for number 23, Pascal Corvino. If he would have hit it cleanly, that would have been a highlight goal, but couldn't quite get it, sent it under his foot and well over the gate. That keeps those balls from going to the street. Won't happen that time.
Now we have Nagy off, Spencer Mallion on, who has 1 goal and two assists in 5 appearances and 2 starts so far this season. Spencer Mallion, of course, trying to have some flair again. But Mallion cuts it out his first involvement. He's winning a free kick for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, the freshman from Davie, Florida. The South Carolina team that is full of freshmen, 12 of them to be exact.
Roby had to be quick there. He had Monell's coming on him very, very fast, looking to cut out that ball. Frost trying to settle it. Plays it forward. Christian Kraus trying to track it down. Ella will be first to it, and now to Baeza.
As he sends this one out of play. And South Carolina can keep this offensive possession alive.
Frost with the throw here. Never mind, he'll toss it back to Donnie Wu. Yes, Hitzman free. Goes with Kraus. Christian against 2 defenders, loses out, and Lewis will clear for the Spartans. Flicked on there, trying to find Bobai, was Javier Torres. This crossfield ball cut out there by Anderson. He's going to play long. Suma's trying to cut it out. He does. The trailing leg of Torres, though, catches him, and Suma tumbles to the ground. He's unhappy there with Torres. I don't really think that was intentional by Javier Torres, but Sekou Suma seems to have taken exception to it. Referee and Spencer Mallion have to separate the 2 aggravated parties, and Suma's down to the ground nursing his right ankle, it seems.
Yeah, I would be surprised to see another card here. Suma, great recovery to get back over and win that ball. And then perhaps something was said there, but Suma was certainly enraged, got up from the floor and went straight at the man that challenged him and sent him a little shoulder, as the referees will give yellow card to both of them.
That's 2 apiece now for both sides, and I've always wondered if you're so hurt, well, why do you get back up so fast and then confront someone? But, you know, Suma seems to be not too bothered now. But, Zach, we might see some yellow cards turn into reds if this game doesn't cool down. There are guys that are not losing their tempers, but really very passionate on the pitch at the moment. They need to be careful. They need to be very careful not to endanger their team of falling down to 10 men.
Yeah, some dangerous challenges so far, and if these yellow cards keep up, we'll see in the second half. Perhaps they'll take their foot off the gas because they know if they get another challenge like that, another card comes out of the pocket, they can hurt their team. So we'll see how this plays out for the last 11:30 in the first half. But you got to imagine if there's another card, you might have to think it could get dangerous in the second half.
Banahan trying to win out there. He won't. That's a goal kick in the end. Brian Banahan, don't think he really had much of a chance there. He's exclaiming his displeasure to the ref. I think he believes he was fouled.
They're going to say it was the other way around, where Banahan initiated the foul. And so USC Upstate will try and get something going here.
Headed clear by Donnie Wu. Kraus mishandles. Kraus chasing now. Options moving here for the Spartans. It's Mario Rocha who comes near. Javier Torres bodied off the ball by Roby. Referee's looking to play advantage, but he'll call it back.
That was another hard challenge by Mark Roby, and this defensive line is not taking anything from USC Upstate here tonight.
I think you'd rather have fouls in midfield like this one here, Zach, than have them right on the edge of the 18, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Moss Lewis to get us underway again, playing Arocha close. Go by, flick on, doesn't work out there for the Spartans. Hitzman interferes. Corvino, Moss, played it through the seams, but Bill Chuck gobbles it up.
Yeah, that was a really good ball. It caught Roby flat-footed right on the edge of the 18. but too much on it. Couldn't hit the runner, and Belichick cut it off.
Cut it by Moss Lewis. He's unhappy he misplaced that ball up there to Torres. 9 minutes left to go in this first half. Carolina 0, USC Upstate 0, but entertainment is not lacking tonight, Zach McKinstry. It's been a very, very fiery affair up to this point.
Yeah, as Donovan Wu tries to win the corner, he can't do it. It'll be a goal kick, and we'll have the first sub for USC Upstate. But you're right, Forrest. It's been a chippy game to this point. 17 fouls, and we've seen a plethora of yellow cards to this point as well. So we'll see if this is an offensive substitution for USC Upstate as they try and put one in the back of the net before the end of the half. But I'm sure South Carolina has the same thought in mind as we wind down here.
That's Jeremy Montero coming onto the pitch now for the Spartans. Clattered against Josh Corning, Arocha did.
That was a good step by Josh Corning, won the ball.
We'll take one for the team there.
Yeah, heard the smack from up here. He went down. Good to see him get up. Corning, again, getting a rare start. As his freshman year, we saw him pretty constantly in that left back position. But
yeah.
Since then, really haven't seen him on the field.
Only one feature this season against Belmont Alley College in that Belmont Abbey College in that 5-0 win for the Gamecocks late in the fall. Headed on by Kraus. Frost can't get to it. Kraus again with the header. They're calling for offside against Banahan. Bryan still has it. Crowded out again. Alleviating the pressure very, very quickly at USC Upstate. Frost. League, rather. Wide to Banahan. Cuts inside. He'll have a go. Cut out by the head of a defender. And Baeza had to be quick there. That ball was on the hop, but it found his hands in the end.
A pair of good opportunities for South Carolina there. First, Banahan working into the 18. I think he might have taken a touch too many as ends up losing the ball. And then another good cross and a defensive last gasp header to clear that one away. But two good chances offensively for South Carolina as they try and keep that up.
Montero hot on Suma's tail there, but Sekou had no problem. But cut out in midfield. Roby flies in again. It's a free kick to the Spartans.
16.
We're almost at 20 fouls tonight, Zach McKinstry. It is definitely, like you said a minute ago, becoming very chippy. But you like to see it. You like to see the guys really getting after it on a night like tonight.
As the referee reaches for his pocket, but he will give a yellow card. So I'm pretty sure that's 3 of the back 4 that have been carded for South Carolina so far, which isn't great if you're Mark Burson. I'm sure you're going to try and discipline your squad going into the half. But when 3 of your defensemen have yellow cards, it's dangerous. It's hard to play aggressive and try and win balls, knowing that you could easily get red carded.
And Roby really doesn't need to go in there, I don't think, that hard as Upstate restarts play. Wu was smart to it there. League to try to clear. Frost then back to League, playing long. Malian collects, trying to regain possession. Hisman, sailing ball wide. Banahan controls. Has Montero on his heels. Banahan, smart pass over. Can Corning get to it? Excuse me there.
Ooh, they're going to say goal kick. Yeah, Banahan wanted the corner, but I think that's the good call, as it's a tough angle for everybody. But up here, it looked like Hayden Anderson went in with the slide but missed the ball. And a good call. Referee's not going to win any friends with that. But
no, you can hear from the boos up here. But Ethan Cossey comes on for his second match in a row as a substitute, replacing Christian Kraus.
Good first half for Kraus. If he can just get into the 18 a little bit more, I think he'll have more opportunities. But he did create a little bit of offense for South Carolina, and we'll see if he comes back out second half.
Let's see if Cossey can do that. Torres falls to the ground there, but Malian has it near side. Feeding Cossey. First involvement for the Louisianan. Pushed a bit there by the defender, trying to round him. Loses out, but comes back in the end. Has the ball in a little bit of space. Ball played in the top of the box. Clemens trying to arrive. He has a shot. It's deflected wide. for a corner. The first of the match for Carolina.
Good effort by Anthony Koss in that corner as he was working around, ended up losing the ball, winning it back, and then working it into the 18 to get that cross in. And a couple of chances there. Eventually, Parker Lee gets a boot on it, and South Carolina wins an important corner with 5 and ticking remaining in this first half.
0-0, both sides deadlocked. Ball in here for Mallion. Couple Carolina players in the mix. Frost trying to get the ball. Hoisted clear there by the defender.
Really good cross in on that corner. Just sailed over everyone. Goalie came out and got a fist on it, but no one was home as Baeza was out of his net, and he's been tested for the first couple times tonight.
According to restart, about 4.5 minutes left in the first half. 0-0. Carolina and USC Upstate. Rocha trying to break free here. Has a couple of USC players around him. Sends it wide, so it'll relieve some pressure to Monels. Overlapping is Sensini. Played into the middle. Ball's cut out there. Kasi has it. Plays Mallion quick. Spencer goes wider. It's Frost. He has to put on his running shoes there. Doesn't win out there. Orion McHugh there, who's had a step on Kasi, or on Frost rather. Gets out for a Carolina throw. It's League. Back to Wu. Nice step there by the Upstate player on the far side. Carolina looking to just resettle.
Donovan Wu looks like he's favoring a leg right now.
Yeah, yes, he is for sure, Zach. Stepping very gingerly. As Corning has the ball on the near side. Ball cut out there by Anderson. Anderson streaking into midfield. Has some options, but he's going to get crowd out in a moment. Cuts it back.
That's certainly going to be a problem if Wu can't get back on that left wing.
Corvino going forward. Lunges over a player. Back over to the top of the box. Pulls a shot. Misses his target there. The Upstate attacker.
Yeah, and Wu goes down.
Looks like they already have a substitute ready there. Justin Cope is awaiting. Also, a substitute for USC Upstate, number 13.
For Upstate, coming on number 13, Roberto Romana. Takes the place of number 7, Javi Torres.
Roberto Romana coming on. That's for Torres.
Yeah, and Wu
On for Gamecocks is
looks
number
like he might be
2,
cramping as
Justin Cope
Sekou
takes place
Suma
of number
stretches
14,
that
Javi
leg
Torres.
out and the sub comes in. But again, that could have been dangerous. You have a left wing for USC Upstate that can absolutely move it. We've seen a couple of chances where they work it into that 18 and burn that left side. And if you have a defenseman that's hurting or favoring a leg and doesn't have the speed that he's already been burned with, it could have resulted in a bad chance. But big ups to the rest of the defensive four for stepping up and ending that chance.
The simplest cutback could have really ruined Donovan Wu there if he was isolated in a 1v1 situation on that far side. Just under 3 minutes here. Clock stopped. 0-0. Spartans and Gamecocks deadlocked. 19 fouls in this game. Zach McKinstry been a chippy 1. 6 shots to Carolina's 1. USC Upstate leads in that category tonight. But to be fair, a lot of them have been far, far over the crossbar.
Yeah, that last shot, USC Upstate, it looked like they just wanted to get something out of that offensive opportunity. It would have been a turnover had he not gotten it off, but eventually just sailed it well wide of the goal. And South Carolina on the other end, only 1 shot on net, but a lot more scoring opportunities for the Gamecocks than the Spartans in this one. Just haven't seen that execution yet in the offensive end.
Another change for the Spartans as halftime edges closer. Mario Arocha coming off rather. And number 9, Alex Lunsberg will replace him.
Yeah, and we see Justin Cope come into the game for the final 3 minutes or so. Another freshman to add into this lineup, and one that likes to attack from the defensive end.
Yeah, loves to go forward. Zach, great technical player, no fear in my opinion. Moss evades Mallion in midfield, looking to go wide. He's caught the foot of Kasi, but it's found its way to Anderson. Anderson going inside, plays the ball that won't work out for him. Suma had it in, but he has his hands on his head, Sekou Suma. Misplaced that ball. Carolina pressuring there with Frost and Banahan, who Banahan's gone centrally now, and Kasi has drifted out wide. Long one forward again from Ellen. It's cut out by Hitzman. Throw for Upstate will come just to center midfield. Clock's ticked under 2 minutes now, 0-0. Teams deadlocked at battling midfield there. Hitzman versus Lusberg. Cut out now by Frost. It's Frost and Banahan, the dynamic duo. Frost will really find Banahan. He doesn't. Frost is still going. Baeza takes it away from him. And Upstate gets to go again. Long ball there. Frost is down in the 6-yard box. Referee's finally blown his whistle.
Yeah, good chance for USC Upstate on the other end, offside. But yeah, Frost goes down. Another great opportunity. That one you got to credit to Baeza, who came out of net and made a fantastic play on the ball.
Pat on the back from Baeza to Logan Frost. He was holding the back of his head there, Zach, it seemed, but it looks like he's fine. I wonder if the referee will tell him he has to go off. If it was a head impact injury.
Have some conversation there.
It looks like he'll have to make way for a player. Let's go into some concussion protocol. Always precautionary, but never a bad move to have players go off and be assessed in a longer term format than just a quick check on the sideline.
Yeah, and another 2-on-1 opportunity, another one that we've seen earlier in this game, has, again, a touch too far, as a good decision from the Upstate keeper to come out and play that ball. But if you take that shot a little bit sooner, I think you got a goal.
I agree.
Similar situation we saw earlier in this game, and another failed opportunity offensively for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, it's tough when you have a couple of players around you. You might not think you have the space to even pull one. But there, Logan Frost and Brian Banahan have to do better. It was tough for Frost to even find Banahan. He was isolated. I mentioned those two defenders. They're doing a great job of crowding out these Carolina attackers. The Spartans are.
And they both went for the ball. Banahan making the smart play and peeling off, so you have the opportunity. And Frost saying, no, I'm going to take it myself. He worked through the defense. But again, if he plays that pass, Banahan has the shot. And if you do take it yourself, you can't play that final touch. You got to just go ahead and take that shot.
1 minute. Make the first half 1 minute.
1 minute left in this first interval. 0-0 both sides. Deadlocked at the moment. Throw now for Upstate. Zach, I know we said a lot of times, but main points from this half, very chippy out there, but a lot of good attacking flair that we have seen. So all in all, I think it's been a good affair tonight as the clock ticks very close to 30 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, it's been a good response from South Carolina as USC Upstate started this game with the majority of the offensive chances. But still, once you go into the locker room, if you're South Carolina, you got to be disappointed that the score is 0-0.
Kasi tried to chase there. Ball was just way too long for him. He's gone over to the far side. Now, Innocent Twishimi has come on for
10,
the concussion protocol.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
And Logan
3,
Frost had to make way.
2,
Twishimi's on this near side.
1,
But
0.
we take down to halftime. Zach McKinstry.
Ladies and gentlemen, your score after 1
You're
half
listening to
play is
Gamecock Men's
Carolina
Soccer on
0.
GamecocksOnline.com. I'm
Second half
Forrest
action
Tucker.
begins in
We'll
about
be
15
back
minutes.
for the second half in 15 minutes. Thank you for watching. Stay with us.
Club of South Carolina.
Wraps up, and you can see some substitutions coming into the half with all those yellow cards in the first half. We'll see if Mark Burson opts to go offensive here in this second half.
6 yellow cards in the first half. Goldman and Rosenbaum are on center midfield for the Gamecocks, as well as Jordan Matthews at outside back.
Yeah, and the majority of those cards have been replaced here to start this half, as Wu and Suma are out of the game.
Battling midfield there, Rosenbaum and Goulden. Vanhan trying to win out. Lewis flicks it over, but Kope will get possession for the Gamecocks. Vanhan going forward, a little bit isolated. He's hacked down there. Pascal Corvino remorseful there as Kope will look to grab the ball there for the free kick. It's on its way there. Goulden has it now.
Yeah, Banahan trying to cut back there, and Corvino just leaving that leg out there. Banahan picks it up and wins the free kick.
Goulden playing short with Kope. Now into Malian. Misplay there from Rosenbaum. Gamecocks left to get back here and mark their men. Long throw, trying to find number 9 for the Spartans. Hands on Rosenbaum's shoulders. He gets it clear. Into Frost, into his path. Logan Frost trying to find an angle to cross into the box. Ball's in here. At the back post, there's a Carolina Gamecock, but ball sails over. Upstate trying to relieve the pressure here and survive the attack. Matthews tracks down the ball. He can't save from going out of bounds. It's an Upstate throw.
Strong play on the right side by Logan Frost to work that into the 18 and get the cross in. And then just missed Banahan. But that was another better cross, one of the better crosses of the night. And South Carolina coming out hot here to start this second half.
Ball caught up in midfield there. Rosenbaum heads it down over to Roby. Matthews is his outlet. Lofting it in there to Afinkasi, who's remained on the pitch from the second half when he was first half when he was substituted in. And now it's Monell's here, near side. Driving forward. Played right in there is Lunsberg. As a shot, wrong side of the post.
Yeah, and that was a fantastic opportunity for USC Upstate. What a ball to find the man working into the 18, but pushed out to that left side and couldn't get that left foot around the ball, ended up sailing it wide. So we remain 0-0, about to surely brewing in the final 42.
Yeah, great ball to nip in behind the lines there from Monell's, and Lunsberg just had a millisecond to get that ball under control. Really great speed, but wrong side of the post, like I said. Two Spartans, 2 Gamecocks up for that one, Zach. Another foul. Referee's blowing his whistle quite frequently.
Yep, and this one's going to go in South Carolina's favor as Matthews will set it up and swing it over.
Kope wanted that ball. He'll get it. Monell's to close him down. Quick one into there behind the lines to Malian. He's made his run over into the corner, trying to find an angle to cross. Ball into the box there. Kasi was waiting, but it's coming out for the Spartans. They have a free kick. Credit to Carolina, Zach. They've gotten in a couple positions here on this near side twice in just as many minutes. Maybe the momentum's going to change for the Gamecocks real soon. They just got to get a clean look at goal when that ball's delivered into the 18.
Yeah, they're finding success on that right side. They keep working it in on the right and then whacking that cross in like a wallaby. And it's been good crosses, but not a lot of connections in that 18.
Agreed, Zach. Little fancy flick there from Banahan with the back of his foot. He's going to try to win this one on the end line. It'll be not a corner kick at all. It's a foul called coming out. The referee must have seen Brian Banahan do something that we did not up here in the press box.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone liked that. The entirety of the South Carolina bench stood up, kind of with their hands in the air. They wanted that corner kick as they've had some success on corner kicks so far tonight, getting that ball in. But you want to take every set piece you can get, and one taken away right there.
Cope to quickly restart it. Mallion's on the move. Trying to find Banahan. Ball cut out there by Moss. Lewis. Head away there. Rosenbaum tries to win it. Frost cleaning it up and spreading it wide. Matthews retrieves it. He has space there. Big touch from Jordan Matthews. Ball into the box there. Mallion's at the D. Can't find a Carolina head. Rosenbaum. Matthews. Two defenders in close proximity for the Spartans. They win out, trying to break here. In the end, Carolina snuffed that attack out before it could build to anything tangible. Mallion against two. Wrestle to the ground. The referee will deem that a foul.
But he didn't want to play advantage there.
Yeah.
South Carolina will take the free kick. As Mallion looks like he'll take it. And South Carolina moves the majority of their men inside the 18.
Yeah, Mallion's the dead ball specialist. Lorenzo Nagy is not on the pitch for the Gamecocks as he puts this one into the box. Roby awaiting it, but found the head of Wurzburg. Mallion retrieves. Spartan goes down there, and Mallion whistles for the foul, and he runs back quickly. 38 minutes left in this second half that just got underway. 0-0. Gamecocks and Spartans tied. As Baeza gets this underway here after that foul from Andrew Mallion.
Yes.
Splitting defenders there. It's Lewis on the ball. Over wide, it's Torres. Carolina players retreating back, trying to cover their men. Into Lynchburg. Tries a little Rabona kick there. Doesn't work out. And Goulden's going to settle it down with Cope, who hoists it clear. Banahan, ball under his feet.
Great touch.
He's got it free. Brian Banahan has license to run. It's Kasi who retrieved it. Banahan has it now again. Brian Banahan with the shot. Cross goal. Doesn't find anyone. Again, another shot across goal. Can't go. Ball was delivered, but no one was home there for Carolina. Lynchburg trying to hold it up there. Playing back to Jeremy Montero.
Yeah, two really good touches right there from Brian Banahan. First to keep the ball down and then flicked it over the last man back. And he had an opportunity working in, but ran into another teammate forward, Anthony Cossey. And it came back to bite him as he couldn't quite get a clean chance on net.
Carolina trying to build here through center midfield. First back to the defense and Justin Cope. Goulden there dropping in between the center backs. Actually, I think he was taking a position there as he did last week versus Winthrop when Sekou Suma had some trouble, had to go off from the pitch. It's Jordan Matthews now, down the far side. Frost is arriving, can't get to it. It was too far for Logan Frost. The Alabaman didn't have legs long enough to attack that cross. Cleared there, trying to get behind the lines, but Roby towers his header up and away from any danger. Late one in there on Parker League. Umana slid in on him, but play continues. It's Matthews over to Kasi.
And Jordan Matthews, a player that knows his strengths, and his strength is his speed, as we saw him create that opportunity on the left wing, crossing that ball in. And it won't be the last time we see him utilize that speed tonight.
Yeah, Rosenbaum and League there in the center, League number 22. As Banahan is in the clear. Banahan has a shot over the bar. Tips save, fingertips. Only the thing standing between Brian Banahan and 1-0 for the Gamecocks. Baeza smart to it. The ball had height there, Zach McKinstry. I think that was going top shelf, but Baeza did not interfere.
Yeah, Spencer Mallion, really good vision to see Banahan on the cut. Ends up finding him. Banahan one-on-one in the 18 and gets a good chunk of his boot on it. A nice shot that was destined for the back of the net, but a big save by Baeza, who has played pretty well tonight. A couple of big saves and big chances for the Spartan goalie, and he is what is standing between his team and a potential deficit.
Just their public address announcer, Dave Easley, saying that Roberto Umana has been given a yellow card for that late slide in on Parker League, ball into the box there. Right back out to the Carolina player. Second time through. Goulden's waiting. Goulden might have a chance. Goes to Mallion. Mallion on the far side. It's chested out there by number 23 for Upstate.
There's another South Carolina corner kick.
Another South Carolina corner that comes after a whiff. USC Upstate looked like they were going to get to that ball and clear it out, but a missed kick. And I think South Carolina was surprised that it wasn't cleared, and it took a little too long with the ball. Ended up sailing off a defender and winning this corner.
Mallion in corner doesn't beat the first man. Cope trying to close down before any Upstate break can happen. Loonsburg down to the deck. He gets up. No complaints there from any foul. It was a fair ball from both players. And number 22, Parker League, and number 24, Andrew Rosenbaum, taking up residence in midfield now for the second half. And Jared Goulden has dropped back to center back. Sekou Suma is not in the lineup right now. This is Corvino forward, shadowed by two Carolina defenders. Cope says that it's his, but referee says he's going to go the other way. Rosenbaum lurking there, trying to win the ball against Loonsburg. Mallion beat by number 14 for Upstate. Goulden heads clear. Falls to Loonsburg. Always rising there from the Swede.
Yeah, dangerous header there from Goulden as he sent it back into play, and a chance outside the 18 for USC Upstate, but not a good foot on it as that one went high.
Yeah, sometimes it's better just to let the ball fall and boot it out so there's no room for error there when the ball falls down to maybe not the player you want it to. But nonetheless, Bilchuk getting us back started. Goulden tracking that down there. Didn't get the cleanest touch. Copea looked to sweep it up. Mallion beat to it. That's Moss, now Corvino. Mallion has the nutmeg. Doesn't have possession. It's back over wide. Paul Monells against Copea. Cutting inside Monells. Lost out there. Rosenbaum's got it, but Monells is hot on his tail. Uses his outlet. Logan Frost. Room to roam now. Logan Frost, two defenders near him. Cutting it back. Takes a breather. Plays Jordan Matthews wide. He's been the outlet ball so much, Zach. Jordan Matthews seems like he's always open.
Yeah, and he's working that ball in on the left side. A big play earlier by Filippo Cincini on that recovery speed to shut down Logan Frost, who was working his way down, and he had Banahan working into the 18 as well. So big play there from the Italian.
If you're just joining us, 0-0 here at Stone Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina. Gamecocks moving left to right. Spartans moving right to left in this second half. 32 minutes on the wristwatch. Handball called by the referee there as the Upstate Spartans put this one deep into the Carolina third. Corvino looked to collect, but number 14 for Upstate got it there. Moss Lewis playing with Corvino. Skipping over into Umana. The lead cleans up, clattered against the Upstate Spartan, and back to Billichuk now for a recycle.
Billichuk, calm presence, playing the ball there. As this one sails a little bit too far, and Upstate will take possession. Ooh, that's a dangerous giveaway.
Right out there by Frost. Frost trying to skip the keeper. It's a goal! Logan Frost. You want salsa with your chips? Logan Frost will provide it. What a great goal there. Cut out the ball. Miscue by the Upstate defender. Logan Frost had ice in his veins. Absolute ruthlessness. Carolina leads 1-0.
Yeah, and I just talked about Ryan Billichuk being calm with the ball, under pressure, easily playing it away. Can't say the same for Felipe Baeza, as he took that one, and some pressure from the forwards of South Carolina, a bad giveaway, and Logan Frost was just handed a pretty big present with a nice bow on it, and he finished properly. A nice chip of the keeper to put that one in. You got to feel for Felipe Baeza, who's played a fantastic game in net, and that giveaway is the difference right now.
The goal coming on 59 minutes, and the goal scorer, number 17, Logan Logan
Tried to go
Frost, now
quickly
makes
there
the
on the
score.
near side.
Carolina 1.
Wouldn't work out there for the
Upstate
Spartans.
New.
Linnell's the player that he is, the senior, the experienced player. Definitely wanted to get that going, but Cope had other ideas. Frost, the goal scorer, up against Sensini. Shadowing the Italian, that's a free kick. I don't really know about that one, Zach. It seems a little bit soft from the ref. I don't usually say that, but I think you should have let play continue.
Again, when you've seen, 27 fouls to this point, I'm sure anything might deserve a whistle.
Ball in the box there, but Billichuk gobbles it up.
And if you're South Carolina, now that you have the lead, you can't let off the gas because Upstate's had their chances offensively as well. And it only takes one to squeak through, which could change the momentum of this game. South Carolina, I think, is going to need more than one if they want to go home happy here.
For sure, Dylan. Zach, excuse me, I've done that twice in a couple months covering Gamecock soccer. Used to having Dylan Clark in the booth with me as well. Both as good as commentators as the other. Ball played in here, high to Frost. Couldn't get to it. Back out now. Linnell's trying to break. Matthews trying to cut it out. He's gone in late there, Jordan Matthews, and he'll be whistled for that foul, surely.
Yeah, I think this is deserving of a card. We'll see another one. I think Matthews is pleading his case, but he'll still get the yellow, the 7th yellow of this game.
South Carolina foul.
That ball was played in a little bit high about waist height there, so I can see why Matthews is pleading his case. Like you said, Zach, it's a ball that you want to go for it, get it off the ground a little bit.
Well, what Matthews is saying is he saw that ball coming in. If USC Upstate touches that ball, I think he gets it cleanly, but a smart play to let it go. And then Matthews comes in
Upstate will have a free kick.
like a freight train and ends up running over one of the Spartans. So he will be booked for it.
Ellen's restarted. Matthews trying to get up. Rosenbaum's with him. Costi trying to break free. He's trying to relieve the pressure. Finds Mallion. Ball cut out there by the Spartans. Looking to build here on this far side, USC Upstate. Into Umana. Shadowed by Spencer Mallion. Wide ball over to Paul Winnells. Flawless touch. Found his teammate in the corner, but Goulden has something to say about it. That's out for a throw.
Another battle in that corner.
Little shirt tug there by Filippo Sensini on Dustin Cope.
Yeah, I thought he said handling on screen.
Well, I don't think Ryan Billichuk is too bored tonight, but I'm sure he wishes he had a little more action. They always do say, Zach McKinstry, if your goalkeeper's bored, you're doing something right.
Yeah. And at USC Upstate, they got 8 shots. I don't know how many on goal. I think it's, I don't know if there are any on goal. Billichuk, no saves. So Upstate has been getting their chances, but can't connect or send anything on net.
Yeah, Billichuk was not forced to make a save in that first half. I don't think he's been tested once in the few minutes we've been underway here in the second. Again, 28 minutes left to go in this match. 1-0 Gamecocks off a Logan Frost chip of Felipe Baeza, the Spartans goalkeeper. Sensini tried to play it across there. Cope and Goulden tidying up. Out wide, looking for Banahan. Headed on by Brian Banahan. Ellen had something to say about it. He headed it clear, but it ran too long for Pascal Corvino. Rosenbaum coming close. Banahan goes, and Brian Banahan puts his hands down to his side and is very unhappy with his touch there off the outside of his boot. Corvino tried to play. No one home there except Jordan Matthews. Moonsburg forward. Umana to chase. Crowded out there by Roby. Billichuk had some trouble with it, but now he collects cleanly.
A dangerous play there from Billichuk. He ran up to get that ball and realized he was too close to the edge of the 18 and watched it bounce right before him. I'm sure he had a mini heart attack, but ends up coming up with the ball and the chance to clear for South Carolina.
Costi there running out of space. He hasn't gotten as free as he did against Winthrop. I noticed Costi really getting some space to roam and attack, but not now. The Upstate fullbacks have been really good at pressuring these Carolina players.
Yeah, and if you would have said at the start of the game that this starting lineup wouldn't be the one to score, it would be the subs that came in afterwards, I think you'd be pretty surprised with the amount of offensive production that was in there for the starting 11 today. But big props to Mark Burson and South Carolina at the half adjusting and coming out offensively, a lot more action in their final third.
Yeah, Burson went back to his bread and butter in Logan Frost for sure, Zach.
And Jordan Matthews on the left wing as well, working up from that left back position. He's been making plays over there. And when you have a threat on both sides, it forces you to cover up the center and prevent those crosses from coming in. But it gives South Carolina opportunities to work the ball in.
Long throw in there from Frost. League's trying to get to it. He's beat there. He'll try to look to recover the ball. Matthews. Centrally now for Rosenbaum. Back out to Golden. He wants Roby to come closer. Almost a mishap there from the Texan Mark Roby. Paul Manels has it now. It's Upstate's ball. Lunsberg stunts it for Manels. Manels against 3 Carolina defenders. One of the Gamecocks hits a foot in, and Billichuk has the ball fall to his feet without worry. It looked like he wanted to throw that out there, Zach. Billichuk wanted to find Cope, but you see there 2 Upstate players lurking just off of Justin Cope. 2 subs coming in for Carolina in just a few moments. Peter Clement and Logan Hitzman will rejoin the action. Oh, bad touch there by Roby. It's Manels trying to swerve around. Slithery Paul Manels. Getting it back from Corvino. It's Lunsberg. Guarded by Cope. Looked to have a shot. Lunsberg. Corvino was flat-footed, and the ball's cleared out by Carolina.
Yeah, and I think Upstate worked too hard to try and find the perfect look there. They had a couple of opportunities, but opted to hold it to try and find something better. And Paul Manels hanging on to that ball right outside the 18. Good job to keep possession.
Lunsberg in space. Cope's trying to find him. Ball in the box there. Tapped away by Carolina. Logan Hitzman smart to it. He wants to foul Logan Hitzman, but referee waves play on. Manels in the center. Being repelled away by Rosenbaum, Cassi, and Mallion together. Over to Corvino. Skip wide to Sensini. The 2 Italians linking up for USC Upstate. Corvino tried to slide one in. He'll get it back. Moss Lewis. And Upstate retreats. Carolina building out now, trying to make sure that they have a good shape for the next wave.
Yeah, Jared Golden was the one that came up big there earlier. A nice step to the ball to prevent that cross from getting in. And the defensive line for South Carolina has made some big plays here tonight, as we'll see some subs come in to replace some midfielders.
Returning for Upstate, number 10, Mario Rocha. Takes the place of number 9, Alex Usberg.
Usberg coming off now for Upstate.
Returning to the Gamecocks.
And Mario Rocha will replace him.
Number 13, Logan Hitzman.
Hitzman back in,
Replacing
as well as Clement.
As well as Parker League.
Cassi and League, the ones out. Looks like Banahan will go back to his striker spot. Manel's there, shadowed by Frost and Cope. Switch of field for the Spartans. Tap back there to Elias Ellen. Umana. Poked away by Carolina. Rosenbaum skips. Clement goes to Hitzman. Back to Clement now. Space for Peter Clement, trying to get away from an attacker. Defender, rather, excuse me. Cope has to be smart here. The outlet ball is definitely Paul Manels. It's Sensini going forward. Surging through, trying to advance the attack, but Upstate can't get that ball to connect with Paul Manels. It was in his channel, Zach McKinstry, but too far for him.
Yeah, and coming off a good chance for South Carolina again, Peter Clement working a little bit too much east to west. If he kept going north, I think he would have had a chance, but tried to cut by a defender, ended up losing the ball. South Carolina wins it back here, but will have to clear it out of their zone.
Nels against Kope. Cuts inside, ball into the mixer. Caught one Spartan, but it's out now. It's Peter Clement trying to break. Malian trying to get on the outside for a ball. Peter Clement dancing away from two Spartans. Going back to Goulden, though, to reset. Matthews. Malian drifting wide. Clement and Hitzman with him as well. Logan Hitzman surrounded by four. Picks out Rosenbaum. Great switch of play from the Gamecocks. It's Banahan on the edge. Near side. Ball into Cossey. The flick doesn't go. Ball to Frost, rather. Excuse me.
Big opportunity again, that Frost-Banahan connection. Brian Banahan was wide open on that right side of the field. It's hard for USC Upstate. You can't leave him unmarked. That's the one man that you really can't leave wide open like that, as he's going to make you pay. As he worked it in, nice cross, and Frost just not getting enough on it to push it by the keeper.
It's been a foot race on that far side. Crunching challenge, then fancy feet for him to keep it in bounds. Malian just offset. It's Banahan looking to turn. Banahan to have a shot. Straight at the keeper by Itza.
Yeah, Banahan opting with the left foot as he cut it back, and a quick release there off the foot. Dipped it right into the ground, and a good save from Baeza.
Cecino wanted it back. Cecino wanted it back there. Roby clipped as he cleared the ball. Looks like he's a little been aggravated there. Down to the ground. Referee stops play. We didn't see too much from up here, Zach, but he could have been well caught in a very fast motion and had a sharp pain that made him go down.
Yeah, it was right at the tail end of that play, and Roby went down hard. The ref checking on him for a second. And now Kiefer Bilicek will come out and help him up. And play will resume. As USC Upstate trying to get something going here. Again, had a pretty good offensive first half. But all those shots on net have not found the net.
Play will restart with a drop ball.
And they need to find more execution in that offensive zone as the ball will be dropped to USC Upstate.
20 minutes left now on the Rolex for this match. Carolina leading 1-0. Logan Hitzman playing very well so far, as was Logan Frost, who scored Carolina's goal. Shipped Felipe Baeza, the goalkeeper of the Spartans, and it was all history. Very great goal there by the Alabaman.
Is Alabaman?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm sure all the folks in Alabama that are watching will let us know on Twitter.
State now just getting the ball around here. Into midfield is Filippo Sensini. Trying to repel is Andrew Rosenbaum. Spencer Malian as well. Moss Lewis splits them. Crunching in is Logan Frost. Bobai keeping it alive. And sliced out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Filippo Sensini couldn't get around that ball. I don't know what happened there, but that was not where he wanted to place it.
Better to take two touch there. He had a lot of space there. Carolina was concentrated on the supplier of that ball instead of the one who's going to receive it.
And perhaps it was that hesitation where he wanted to cross it initially, and you realize, oh, I have so much space, and you leave that foot open and just sail it wide.
Ball pinballed back here. Goulden to chase. He has such fast feet. Jared Goulden falls down as he clears. Sensini had the ball go into his midriff. Kept alive now. Manel skipping it forward. But Kope there got a foot in. Banahan handling it. Someone on Frost's tail, but he tries to find Lorenzo Nagy. Ball deflected straight to Banahan. That's a meg for Brian Banahan. He has four defenders around him. Can he wriggle free? Banahan still chasing it down. He's relentless, Brian Banahan. That attack sputters out for Carolina. Bobai taking control for the Spartans.
Yeah, and the first touch from Brian Banahan has been the difference so far, as he's made some really nice plays after that first touch, and he ran a long way there, but came up empty.
Manel's in space. Manel's has time. Manel's has a shot. Roby at the goal line. But it tied up there and scored is Jeremy Montero. Wrestled to the ground by his teammates. Roby got his body in the way, but it was left just in space for Montero there. 1-1. Gamecocks and Spartans knotted up here, 18 minutes to go.
Yeah,
Second half.
there was just so much room on that left side working in. A great opportunity for USC Upstate. And what a play by Mark Roby, coming in out of nowhere, and the slide challenge on the line to clear that ball, but cleared it right to a black jersey to finish that one home. And I said it earlier, I didn't think 1-0 would be the end of the game. South Carolina has to get things going offensively if they want to pull out the win in this one. And that statement is now as true as ever, as we are tied up one apiece.
Carolina has to move now. Halloran is actually back on the field for the Gamecocks. He was looking to be found there.
Result makes the score Carolina 1, Upstate 1.
So 11-minute shot, it was saved by a team save. 16-minute follow-up, went in.
Certainly a difficult pill to swallow for Mark Burston and his team, but they've come back from behind before, or come back from positions where they were in front before. Last week was adversity, falling behind in the first minute. And surely you might think, Zach, that they could definitely try to squeeze this one out and keep up the pressure. They've been doing very well as of late.
Yeah, and we've seen the South Carolina team strike quickly as well, especially in that Winthrop game. Again, Andrew Halloran coming in with a hat trick in just 24 minutes, as this one sent him to the box, but just off the foot of Halloran, who has entered into the game.
And Krause up top there, Zach, wearing the number 31 jersey. I wonder what happened to his number 9 that he usually has on. I'm going to say that is Christian Krause, even though the change of kit and number. Ball met the chest of Malian, now back to Cope. Nice move by Justin Cope. Turned his body to find the space out wide. Shorts of Krause. Carolina coaching staff wants a foul, and they will get it. And Cope is unhappy with someone there. Malian trying to break the parties up. Not Logan Frost, sorry. Rosenbaum trying to interject. Ellen's still talking there. Coaching staff for USC Upstate's come over to the side where the Carolina bench is. The players are still verbally jawing at each other.
And leadership has to take control for both of these teams, because you can't risk another card or a potential loss of a player due to a red card in this situation. There's 16 minutes left in the game. You're in a tie game, and both teams are getting equal chances. If you go down a man, anything could happen. So there's another yellow card. I believe that's our 8th.
Like an assistant coach there for Upstate got a little too involved there for Scott Halkins.
Substitute foul booking on
liking, and he's been told to go back there. Halkin and Nico Luque are the two coaches, head coach and assistant respectively.
Shut down a good opportunity for South Carolina too. Cope was about to work one in. And South Carolina will take possession, and we'll have the restart.
Carolina would have been on the front foot there's Zach, but unfortunately that had to happen. And it looks like Parker League is positioned to come back in for the Gamecocks when the next stoppage in play occurs. Ball floated in. Only meets the heads of the Upstate players, but cut out now by Hitzman. Kopek, he's wide now with Halloran. Halloran into the box. Deflection there. Sensini trying to get it clear, but it's fall to a Gamecock. Clement trying to get something, but couldn't control the ball. One touch in by Matthews. Halloran in the back post, tracking it. Bringing it down. Andrew Halloran in the corner, trying to find an angle to cross. The plays Justin Kopek. Hitzman is the outlet in midfield. Logan Hitzman surrounded by a few players. Ball over to Kopek. Doesn't want to cross. Retreats to Hitzman. He has space now. Cope, ball into the box. Kraus almost had it, but Sensini clears. It's Hitzman once more. Logan Hitzman working in a duel, 1v1. Trying to win it back. That's out for a throw, it seems. We can't see here.
Yeah, that's going to be a throw in the corner. And a couple of failed clearance opportunities for USC Upstate. Some dangerous chances for South Carolina. And I'm sure they're going to press as hard as they can to try and win this ball back into possession.
You're right, Zach. Hitzman just winning it back into Kraus now, who's come short. Ball played in by Haller, and it's clattered against an Upstate defender. It was Rosenbaum trying to win possession just in the 18, but lofted clear by Bobat.
And finally, that's an opportunity for Parker Leak to enter back into the game, as he'd been waiting there for quite some time.
Number 22, Parker Lee.
Cope is going to take this throw, and he has been a key part of the offensive push of the last couple minutes as he keeps working up that right wing and keeping balls alive and chances crossing them in. And we'll see if he keeps pushing up from his right back position.
Of course, he likes to join the attack very regularly. Jordan Matthews has it on the other side with Clement. Now to reset things with Mark Roby. 13 minutes on the Rolex in this match. Carolina 1, USC Upstate 1. Gamecocks took the lead in the second half on a Logan Hitzman chip of the goalkeeper Felipe Baeza. But then the Spartans struck back about 10 minutes after. Ball was loose in front of goal. Jeremy Montero tied it up for the Spartans as Carolina looks to build and regain their lead.
Yeah, and ever since that confrontation right in front of us on that right side, it's really been all Carolina, as they've created a lot of chances, and it's been a lot more passionate of an attack, and we'll see if they can keep it going here.
Ball's let run for Halloran. He has time and space. Into Clement. Clement shoots. Denied by Baeza.
Really nice touch by Andrew Halloran to get that pass off perfectly on a tee. But right positioning from the goaltender for USC Upstate, Felipe Baeza. And the shot goes right to him to keep this game level.
As in fact, you're saying a second ago, Manels has been the outlet for Upstate. He has the ball again now. Played in there to Montero, the goal scorer. But it's sliced wide there by Mario Arocha.
Yeah, that one off the outside of the foot of Arocha. And another great opportunity. That's where that scoring, the goal for USC Upstate came from, was that left side. The first shot coming off in a similar position. That's when Roby cleared it at the line. This time, ball went the other way, off the outside of the foot and into the bushes up there.
Yeah, Manels has pretty much been the only outlet they have in the past couple minutes there for the Spartans. Howard coming close but won't get the ball. It's Bobai in midfield trying to get something going for USC Upstate. Out now to Anderson. Bobai again, shadowed by two Gamecock defenders. Golden coming in close, trying to win it. He'll retreat. Manels once more. Be like a broken record. Paul Manels hasn't scored yet. Pulls a shot. Always curving, but always wide there from Paul Manels.
Oh, and that was real close. He got a good boot on that one and cut it just towards that top right corner.
And looks like that's his last involvement for just a moment. Javier Torres is going to replace Paul Manels now. Torres hasn't had some action since the first half, Zach, the redshirt sophomore from Spain. And 2 goals, 2 assists in the 2019 season, Torres.
Yeah, but the redshirt sophomore was effective when he started on the line with the 3 Spaniards.
Here he is now, Torres. Cope shadowing him. Torres pulls a shot. Vilichuk, I don't think he got a hand to that. It sailed over the bar.
You know, they're going to give him the corner.
Yes.
7. Another opportunity on that left side
Taking the corner kick for
I don't think Justin
number
Cope
7,
really could get any tighter to his defender there. It's just a matter of closing him down before he gets into that 18. I think he's playing well positionally. As here's the short corner taken. You see Arocha goes down to the ground. I don't think there was much of a shove there from Cope unless you disagree, Zach.
Yeah, a little too easy for Arocha there as he goes down trying to win the penalty, but it'll be the goal kick for South Carolina, and both teams have been picking it up. A lot more action in the opposite ends of the field.
A changeover of possession very quick. Just a couple passes, then they're getting into the final thirds. That's Bobai there winning out. Halloran goes to ground, doesn't get anything. Hitzman trying to come in. Cope breaks it up. Room to roam for Justin Cope. Has Kraus short. Skips to the side, and he'll win a throw.
Big step for Justin Cope there, the freshman, winning that ball and working the ball up.
Kraus now bodying away the Spartan defender. He'll get it once more. Kraus one-touched it wide, but out for a Spartan throw. Mishandled the pass. Players really reaching in every time there's a ball as Kraus picks it up. Halloran trying to recover. Malian has it through Hitzman. Nice turn there by Halloran to evade his defender. Kraus to Halloran. Swinging ball in from Andrew Halloran. Nothing coming of it, though. Another poor clearance there from Upstate, to be fair with you, Zach. Goulden trying to win it back. Referee's whistle is silent as that ball is booted miles up into the air. Roby with a head straight out of the sky. What great technique there from the Texan, Mark Roby. Moss Lewis now, out wide to Montero. League is shadowing him. Good pressure by League, but Lewis has it. Sensini rather has it. Now Lewis played wide to Sensini, and now Torres. Goulden read that well, mopped it up. Bobai's on the heels of Parker League, and now it's Jordan Matthews. 8 minutes left here in the second half. 1-1 Gamecocks against the Spartans, visiting from USC upstate. As a train passes by, Zach McKinstry, wouldn't be a soccer match in Columbia without a train passing by.
Maybe it's a signal to get these offenses going in the final 8 minutes.
Substitution, South Carolina, returning number 17, Logan Frost.
Well, just as we say that, Logan Frost enters the goal scorer.
Yeah, that's his cue. The biggest moment of the game for South Carolina, that goal.
Looks like Upstate wants to make a substitution as well, and plays being halted. Looks like it'll be number 2 for the Spartans, if I can read that number on the back of the kit correctly.
Upstate substitution.
Number 14, Filippo Sensini will make way. He's had a long game today.
Filippo Sensini.
And it'll be Fernandez coming into the game.
It's Julian Fernandez, the freshman from Mexico. Goulden bring it forward. Tried to play long there. Deflection found its way to Anderson. Played quickly. That ball runs out of space. Anderson's on his backside, and Cope's jumping over the Upstate bench to retrieve it.
Yeah, the ball unfortunately went into one of the substitutions for Upstate, who is stretching out because of cramps. Not exactly what you want.
You always have to retrieve that ball yourself if you're the player.
Getting subbed out of the game and you're still involved in the action as South Carolina wins the ball after that foul.
Kraus went to ground a little bit there, but only a brief stay on the deck. He's up now, jogging towards the front line of this Gamecock attack.
Cope to take the free kick.
Look now there, Matthews in acres of space. I don't think Cope will play him directly, but maybe he'll get the ball here from Mark Roby. Diagonal here from Mark Roby. Straight to it. Baeza had it.
Yeah, Baeza coming out to get that ball, but didn't get it cleanly out of the air. A dangerous opportunity. If Malian was playing in a little bit different position, he could have won that ball off the ground.
That's Frost there. Put his hands on the opposition player and won't really make any difference. He looked to be going forward, but the ball's run out for a throw.
And that clock continuing to wind down.
6 minutes left in this second half. 1-1. Spartans and Gamecocks deadlocked once again. Defensive header there by Goulden ushered the ball out. Flick there by Pascal Corvino did not go. Reach in the back there by Kraus. And Upstate has a free kick. Settle down the past minute or so, Zach, just the pace. But both teams going to really feel the urgency as the clock ticks down, like you were just saying. Frost tracking Corvino. It's Torres against Cope. Torres elects to go inside, cuts back, goes the other way. Still has it now. The lost out Mallion's going to try to control. It's Frost. He was trying to break, but step in there from the Upstate player.
Yeah, Cope playing one from the ground there and ended up winning possession in a dangerous chance for USC Upstate. So a big play by Cope yet again.
Returning for Upstate, number 11, Paul Munoz. Takes place number 23, Pascal Corvino.
Well, looks like they're going to commit some more players up to the attack now. Corvino, a midfielder, coming off for Manels, a forward. It'll be interesting to see if Manels will fill the space occupied now by Javier Torres on that near side here.
And interesting to see how that yellow card to Sekou Suma has affected that back four. We haven't seen Suma since the first half.
Sensini did not look too pleased being subbed out there. Getting a pat on the back from his fellow player. If I'm not mistaken by the color of those purple boots, that's Torres that's down on the ground with just under 4 minutes remaining in this second half. 1-1, the score is tied here at Stone Stadium. And Orion McHugh's getting some quick instructions there from Nico Luque, the assistant. Nice to have the Carolina band along with us tonight at Stone Stadium tonight. Ball floated in there. Bilichuk, no worries, into his paws. He'll let his players trickle forward.
Yeah, and a smart play to come out. It didn't look like there were many black jerseys around the ball anyway, but if he doesn't come out to get that ball, it could spell disaster. So good play by the netminder for South Carolina.
Anderson going forward there, joining the attack, but ball falls to Bilichuk's feet. Look to play quick there and throw out the Virginian Ryan Bilichuk. That'll settle it down. Gamecocks move very well in midfield tonight, Zach. I really like their movement. Ball was done a little too short there by Kraus, but hammered back down to the other end, out for a goal kick. Just under 3 minutes now to play. 1-1 is the score.
Yeah, and Upstate's had an impressive outing so far. Come in here after not a stellar 2019 campaign. Finished the season 5-12, 1-7 in conference play, and 2-8 on the road. But they certainly have played well in this one as Matthews has to recover to win the ball back.
Nice body there from Jordan Matthews, former Atlanta United Youth Academy player. Torres picks it up. Torres to go. Ball's put in there, wrong side of the post from Mario Oroca.
Yeah, and for USC Upstate, Javier Torres has been a menace for the South Carolina defense. As whenever he touches the ball, it's maybe 1 or 2 touches, and he's close to the 18, creating chances inside the box, and another cross there that just went wide as South Carolina wins the free kick with 1:40 to go.
The referee's blowing his whistle once more. 18 fouls on the Gamecocks tonight, and then 15 on Upstate. So
That foul gives
Double
Gamecocks free
digits
kick.
in that
Ref kick.
category for both sides.
Jordan Matthews over the ball.
Minute and a half remaining here. Dead ball
Matthews
for
to
Jordan
restart play.
Matthews just inside Spartans half. Floated in now. 3 Carolina players there. Ball bounced, but Baeza had it in the end.
A good ball from Matthews, but again, Baeza coming out and making the right play, bringing this one down. And a big save there
1 minute remaining match. 1 minute.
with a minute to go.
1-1 now is League trying to win possession in midfield. League at the back. Number 18 is Manels.
Shot high. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Hold on, offside.
I don't know what
Offside
happened
is
there, Zach
indicated
Kinsey.
by
I'm going to be
the
very
referee.
honest with you. I was lost for words for a moment. I do excuse that, but that was a very
Gamecocks will
dangerous
restart
chance
with
there
a
for
direct
Paul
kick.
Manels. Ball floated up. Bilichuk didn't have a handle on it. It was left to the defenders to deal with at the back post. And in the end, it's an offside call from the refs. Carolina surely getting off there, but what an absolute let-off for them.
Yeah, Manel's trying the chip. And that one was destined for the back of the net. It certainly looked like it was going there. A lot of white jerseys trying to cut it off, and then in the end, called offsides.
5,
Malian here, his
4,
time is about to
3,
expire. Ball to the box
2,
here. Frost is waiting.
1, 0.
And Kraus gets a
9
foot to it
minutes,
too
ladies
soon.
and gentlemen. That's the end of regulation play with the score.
That's the end of
Carolina 1,
regulation
Upstate
here in
1.
Stone Stadium.
Now play up to 2 10-minute golden goal overtime periods to determine the day's
Next
winner.
up, I don't see any changes here for Upstate, and the same can be said for South Carolina. Actually, I take that back. Afinkasi has entered the match. He is closest to us. You won't see him right now. And now you do at the bottom of your screen, number 10 for Carolina. And we're underway. Extra time here. Hitzman, booming ball forward, trying to find Logan Frost. Cleared away there by Upstate, and Carolina has a throw with Justin Cope. Nagy also into the match now for Carolina. Roby there, one touch, booming back into midfield, misses Nagy. Found Kasi. Vanhan looking to take it down, but the ball ran too far for him. He couldn't catch up in time. Baeza collects comfortably.
Yeah, Banahan a little too much on that one. A nice touch to get it out of the air and onto his foot, but sent it a little too far towards the goal and turns it over.
Banahan wanted to have that there. He was flat-footed, but Carolina will win a free kick here.
On the ground. 5 fouls.
That's Kasi. Involved as the season went on more in the past couple matches in the fall.
Malian over the ball.
Matthews now. Quick one. Swung in there to Kasi. Matthews trying to chase.
Red foul 7.
Won't happen. He's fouled. Javier Torres. Well, first couple seconds of this, a little bit tepid, Zach McKinstry, but I will say that you could definitely get a lot more rowdy. You've seen these teams fight very passionately and go at each other. It's been cleared. Kasi almost had it. Torres trying to swerve it out of danger. Back from Nagy to Justin Cope. Both teams have a lot of players on yellow cards, Zach. Good practice would be to make sure that your tackles are clean. You don't talk after the whistle. Forward now, Brian Banahan, far side, inside of the box. Kasi's there, runs too long for him, trying to give chase. Roby headed very, very high over Torres there. We could hear that challenge from up top here, Zach.
Roby's one of the ones on that yellow card, and he is not happy.
Clock stops here at Stone Stadium. 1-1 here in the first period of extra time. And it looks like another player for Upstate is having to deal with some cramps. Bobai there is stretching out his teammate. Can't see who it is.
You heard the chants of Roby, Roby, Roby when number 15 in white had that foul. Disagreed with it. started saying some things to the referee, and again, he's on that yellow card. If he gets a second yellow, he's out. And down a man in the overtime period is not where you want to be. So smart by the rest of his teammates to cool him down, and it looks like cooler heads will prevail, at least in this situation.
Elias Ellen, the Swede, to get started. He's played decently today, Ellen. The coach said that he would be making an immediate impact. That were the expectations set forward for the freshman from Stockholm.
And a big substitution here as Torres is out of the game, and he has been a big chunk of this Upstate offense. Having him coming out in this key situation, you could see South Carolina start to press a little heavier.
Down there by Rosenbaum, tried to find Frost, but his foot wasn't able to get to the ball. Moss Lewis trying to lead in Bo Bai. Looked to be a hand there from number 10 Mario Rocha, and that will go Carolina's way.
Ethan Cossey trying to find a spot on that left wing, already hustling down there to see if he can receive this ball from Bilichuk, excuse me.
Banahan now winning out. Banahan into the box, takes a deflection, that's out for a corner kick. South Carolina's fifth of the match.
And again, Brian Banahan, what a first touch. Every time he sees that ball, he's playing it perfectly. And a beautiful touch there to create the space, to get the shot off, win the corner, and a huge opportunity here for the Gamecocks.
Nagy swinging it in. Does be the first defender. Someone has a dive at it for the Gamecocks. It's come out to Hitzman. And that sails wide of the post there.
Yeah, a couple of whiffs in the box. Again, I don't think South Carolina expected that ball to be loose in that scenario. They thought it was going to be cleared, and a scramble ends up in USC Upstate's favor. They win the goal kick. 6 minutes to go here.
In extra time, 1-1. Spartans and Gamecocks knotted up at one apiece. Carolina moving right to left. Upstate moving left to right. Spartans in their black away kits tonight. Carolina in their home whites.
And that's another mistake from Baeza as he just sends that one right out of bounds, and South Carolina can take possession right back.
Nagy quick two-touch over to Goulden. Sends it to run for Mark Roby. Matthews has to be quick here. Nice skip away from the defender. Torres came in. Matthews trying to battle for it. He regains possession. Ball's not out yet. Upstate trying to get away on the tear. Matthews toe tap forward, but Moss Lewis regains possession for the Spartans. Cope cutting it out. Frost receives. Gives it back to Cope. Trying to find an angle to cross here. He'll take him on. Cuts back. Banahan's there. It's a goal! Brian Banahan. He has the golden goal, and that's Carolina's win. The second of the season. It's 2 for